What is history? History, for those of you who are starting to think, is being slowly defined in your mind right now. Right now in your mind is saying, history. What is history? History. Oh, yes. You remember a rather large woman in 5th grade who passed out equally large books. That was history. That is not history. History is a tool. History is more than a tool, ladies and gentlemen. History is a weapon. Strategic defense, intercontinental ballistic missiles, AK-47s. No. The weapon is history. Let me tell you about the history that I'm talking about, the history that has made you and will in turn permit you to succeed or fail in what's going to be the final test of my presentation, because I'm not just going to talk to you and leave. I'm here to build something in the next 30 minutes. And like most good business minds, if I'm going to build the product, I'm going to test it. And specifically, what I am here in the next 30 minutes to build in you is the idea, the seed of doing the impossible. And the test will be, look, if you can in fact say, as I walk out of that door, as I walk through the hallways of this particular hotel, back into the world that I've come from, am I prepared to envision myself as doing what I heretofore believed I could not do? You can look at a glass and you can say the glass is half empty or half full. If I was any place other there than being here in Cincinnati, where we have level-headed black people, I'd look out over the audience and say, wouldn't say this in Cincinnati, we got some big-time Negroes here. We've got the Vice President of the Deputy Assistant of the General Vice. We have the Honorable Dr. Reverend, who is the head of A&M Z&I First Baptist, Second Church of them, who has the largest congregation and 3 of the largest Cadillacs in the United States. But I'm not going to say that because I'm in Cincinnati, and I know that we have level-headed black men and women. But if I were not in Cincinnati, then what I could also say is this. You, as a group of black men and women, are a walking, living encyclopedia of success. We have vice presidents here. We have people who, this is fascinating. I remember my father and then his father, they would have a long list of things that Negroes, one, had never done. And then they had even a longer list of things that Negroes would never do. As it turns out, most of my life is on that second list. As it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, look around you. Look around you. Most of your lives is on that second list. You are not supposed to be here. You have already done the impossible. That is how you got on the list to be at this lunch today. Now that you've given yourself a little pat on the back, you're vice president at Procter & Gamble. Big time Negro. You walk into, what's the club here? I don't know what the name of the club is, but I know it's here. You already sizing up, exactly what you're going to wear, and so forth this evening. I said, hope this Negro speaks a whole lot fast, but I've got to get, you know what the club is. And when you walk in, you can hear the whistle. Oh, there's Procter & Gamble. What's the name of the bank? No, the Negro works at the bank. He's not the janitor. You're here. And you know, when you go down, what's the Opera House, I don't know what the name of the Opera House is, they actually, the man, he parks your car. He doesn't look at you like he expects you to park you. Okay. You are a compendium. You are an encyclopedia of success. And if you want to, you can look at your glass, the glass which is your life. You can look at the vessel which is your life, and you can say to yourself, my God, I'm great. That glass is half full. That glass is half full. I don't care how successful you are. You can look at that glass and you can swell with the most earnest and deserving sense of success. Because you are successful. You are the incarnation and the living substance of my Father's second mercy. But, on the other hand, I don't care how successful you are. I don't care which one of the vice presidents you are. I don't care how many of your own businesses you succeeded at. You can look at yourself in the same mirror that my colleague Ms. Harris referred to, and you can say the glass half empty. You can say the glass is half empty. You can say, whoever I am, I could be not just simply a little better, but much greater. You can look at the vessel that is your life, and you can say the glass is half empty. And what I tell you that I am here today to personally say to you, that is the architect of the impossible, that there is an urgent need for you, not the person sitting next to you, for you, in all of your success, in all of your accomplishments, all those plaques that the NAACP and the Urban League of Communities have had placed on your wall, that what you need to do is you need to think about doing the impossible. You need to look at what you haven't done. You need to look at the people who, whatever you have built here in Cincinnati, they have built in America. You need to look at those people, whatever you're doing in terms of business in the United States, they are doing internationally. You need to say, yes, I am comfortable, I will be able to send the kids to college. But let's talk about if one generation has gone from being employees to being employers, now your responsibility, that trust that was passed on to you, mandates that you go from being employers to being builders of empire.